Ladies and gentlemen, a long time ago for the iOS, there was released a game called Plants vs. Zombies, and everybody that I knew loved this game. They played it all the time, freaking on their iPods or on their, I don't think iPhones were out at the time. It was for their iPod, and everybody had it, everybody loved it, and little did we know that 10 years later, roughly, there would be Plants vs. Zombies 2, there would be Garden Warfare 2, and Xbox versions of that iOS game. And now, history is in the making, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing a Let's Play of Plants vs. Zombies. Welcome to the game. This is where it is at as far as I am concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, I have downloaded this before. For my Godfather profile when it was free, I think last year sometime. It was one of the first games I think that was free when Xbox started doing this. But I've had to change profiles. I've actually recorded this episode this is the fourth time I've had to do it, and hopefully I'll get it right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got all this extra stuff we got to get. We're going to start a new adventure. See, the thing is, your gamer tag, this game is, when you download it, it is linked to your gamer tag. So any progress that you make, it is on your gamer tag forever. So, and you can't play online games downloaded offline. Or you can, but it's complicated, and I couldn't figure it out. So what I did, ladies and gentlemen, I actually went to GameStop. Thought, you know what, the hell with it. I'm going to GameStop and pick up a physical copy of it, and it comes with Peggle and Zumba, which I've never played Zumba, but I'll probably get into it now. But my third profile, I tried to do it on my second profile, and I screwed it up. It was acting really weird, so I just thought, I'll just go ahead and just take care of it. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to jump into it. I haven't used my third profile, but that's no problem. PopCap Games present. Oh my god. Dude, it's like jumping in a freaking time machine. Oh my god. I remember this sucker came out, dude. It was an instant classic. There's no doubt about it. One of the greatest iOS games of all time. If not the. Oh, man. Here we go. Ate a plant seed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. For anyone that has not played Plants vs. Zombies, it is exactly what it says. Bunch of plants versus a bunch of zombies. Zombies are going to come out of these bushes over here, and they're going to try to reach you in your house to eat your brains. And the only line of defense you have is your plants. Now, it seems like a very stupid idea on paper, but once it came to life, it was probably the greatest thing anyone ever thought of. And I can't tell you how many hours were spent playing this game, growing that freaking tree in the Zen garden, and just trying to collect everything. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. We made it to the party, finally. Man, these are your pea shooters, ladies and gentlemen. They shoot one pea every second, I think, and those are sunflowers, which are going to be your best friend. You're going to want to keep your sunflowers as safe as humanly possible. Gives you additional sun. Sun is the currency in this game. It is what powers your artillery, your plants. You got to have them to grow them. So let's go ahead and you want to start with your sunflowers. Usually, not all the time you want to start with your sunflowers, but usually all the time you want to start with your sunflowers. Now we're essentially going to get double the amount of sun that we would get normally. Let's say we got one sun that fell from the sky every 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Sunflower is going to give you another one every 10 to 20 seconds. And the more sunflowers you have, the more sun you're going to get, which means there's more stuff you can put on the field. So we are just going to... This is absolutely a chill game up to a point. This game gets stupid, ridiculous after a certain point, but it's not too bad. We're going to have a lot of fun that we had just hanging out playing this game. So how have you been, ladies and gentlemen? I've been doing good. I finished Monkey Island 2. Had a great time playing it. Definitely recommend that game. If no one's ever bought that game, go get that game. It's good stuff. Finished it. And like I said, I've done this episode about 4 times. And every time something weird happened. Whenever you try to play a game you downloaded offline, apparently it gives you some kind of trial version, or at least with this game it does. It gives you some kind of weird trial version of this game. You can only play up to level 1-3. So It's a good thing I had as many profiles I had. I'm playing on the profile now that I think I talked about this in one of my videos I did yesterday or the day before. Whenever I was in college, I did. Me and Hugh did Gears of War, all the Gears of War games on Insane, and I'm playing with the profile that he used. So it's important to me. Like this profile got a lot of sentimental value to me. That was a lot of time spent with that guy. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you want to keep your. It's the basic Plants vs. Zombies setup. Sunflowers in the back, pea shooters in the front, and that's pretty much guaranteed. Now later it gets pretty crazy. The night levels I'm not too excited about. I don't dig on some night levels, dude. That's not where it's at for me. But some other things. And there's Chewit unlocked. This is obviously he's never played this game before. This profile's never played this game. So we're gonna be unlocking a lot of achievements. Probably won't get all of them, but we're unlocking a bunch of them because we're going through the entirety of the campaign. We're going through the entirety of the puzzles, and we are probably not gonna go through it twice. There's some things you need to that don't unlock until you go through the campaign twice, but still. Now cherry bombs is where it's at. Those are your panic plants, as I like to call them. Whenever you're in a clinch and you need to kill a zombie before he's about to kill you, use a cherry bomb. It's very vital. That and a squash. The squish squash is where it's at. So the squish squash are actually more powerful than you think. Well, everybody who's played this game. What am I talking about? More powerful than you think. It's squash do exactly what they sound like. They squash zombies. You place them in front of a zombie or behind. I think they can jump backwards too. And they will crush a zombie. However, whenever the later levels come around, there's more zombies that show up and they'll get behind each other, and the squash will squash multiple zombies at one time, which is very important. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is not this calm all the time. This game turns it up around level 3, 4-ish. I think is where it starts to kind of pick up. And see, I should have waited to plant that plant down there. Now that zombie's going to get more ground on me because I don't have anything attacking him. Gotta watch out for stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. It's bad news. Bad news all around. Dang freaking zombies. Come on. Thank you, Sunflower. There we go. But as long as you give, see, normal zombies like that, they take, I think, 10 or 15 hits. I think it's 10. 10 hits from a pea shooter. So as long as you give them about 4 spaces ahead, you'll be all right. But obviously, the hard part comes when zombies decide to upgrade themselves. These zombies, I'll show off the cherry bombs soon. Zombies, they somehow learn how to read, or they learn freaking math, and they learn how to put things on their head, which makes them harder to kill, which makes my life more difficult. Now the conehead zombies, they're tough. I think they pretty much double. There's one right there. You would think a cone wouldn't do much damage, seeing as how this plant is shooting him in the body, but the cone actually, I think, doubles. So it takes 20 hits, so he can actually walk twice as far as he normally would. So it's very important that you stay on top of these pea shooters. See, like, one conehead almost reached my pea shooters. This is the funnest strategy game that I think has ever existed. I mean, not Dragon, but what's it called? It's on the Xbox One. Defense Grid 2. That game was fun. I enjoyed it, but this was obviously a more comical game. Let's show these cherry bombs. Hopefully we'll get enough sun before they destroy this. Now, cherry bombs, there's only 3 rows. Eventually, you end up getting 5 rows all the way through. And I think eventually, when you get to the backyard, not to ruin anything, but when you get to the backyard portion of this game, there's 5 sections. Front yard night, backyard night, then the roof, and roof night. So 6 sections. And let's see if we can get one. Plant cherry bomb. And boom, it blows up near all 3 sections, whatever you put it near to. Which, obviously, panic plant's very important. Now, the walnut, ladies and gentlemen, the walnut's probably my favorite because I like to utilize these things. Not in the early levels, but definitely in the endless levels. Or not the endless levels, but the continuous levels. I guess you call them continuous levels. Walnuts become very important. I like to combo walnuts and thorns. That you can plant on the ground. That is where it's at for me. I am that guy. I like things that don't have to shoot, that do continuous damage in this game. But, and see if you're quick about it, ladies. You'll mean you get 3 sunflowers planted before 1 zombie even comes out. And that's being ahead of the game, and that's the way to do it. But by the time that first one comes out, you're going to want to have a pea shooter ready. Because if I were to plant another sunflower seed, or another sunflower, and then wait to get a pea shooter the next round, he would have easily been able to get a lot farther, if not all the way. But anyway, we're all loaded up on sunflower seeds now, so we're good to go. Now, we do get some, I think it's after this one, ladies and gentlemen, that allows you to plant a mine, a spud mine, I believe. And what it does, it's probably, well, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm thinking about the future of this game and like what's coming later. And see, like right then I didn't plant, well, it's really no big deal. But I hope you guys are happy to see this game, because I have been waiting to play this game. I've been so excited ever since, I can't remember, whenever I made the list of games we were going to play 3 years ago, and then we just kept adding and kept adding and kept adding. I've been waiting to play this game, and I'm waiting to play another game. But this game is where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta love Plants vs. Zombies. Put a comment and a like if you remember downloading this thing 10 years ago for iOS, because I do. I was sitting in freaking... It's like, where were you when JFK got assassinated? It's nothing that severe, but... Or when Elvis died. But I remember where I was when I was downloading Plants vs. Zombies. It was, I was in the yearbook club, I guess you'd call it, but it was a class, really, making the yearbook. I was in yearbook class, and, I think it may have been junior year of high school when I downloaded this thing. Good times. I've never played Garden Warfare. I've never played Garden Warfare 2, but, they look like good games. I mean, obviously it's a spin on Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, but, I mean, they look fun. A lot of people apparently play them. I mean, something about the original, man. There's a certain allure to this first game of Plants vs. Zombies. I'm going to use a walnut right now to show you guys what they do. Let's say you had a zombie that you couldn't quite kill. What the walnut does, you'd plant it in front of a zombie. And, well, that one didn't really get to it in time. But what it'd do is it would block the zombie. And it would give your pea shooters more time to hit the zombies. And, obviously, when you combo them with other plants... Like I said, the thorns, or if you put something behind them, put a squash behind a walnut, then you're really turning into a zombie killing machine, ladies and gentlemen, which is what, let's get this zombie killing train rolling, which is what we're trying to do. People do not stop texting me. They want me to go places tonight, and I'm like, dude, I've been to Dayton, and I'm trying to make Let's Plays for people. But anyway, like I was saying earlier, how would I say this? Trying to think of words to say. Explain something. So you see how chaotic the stream's kind of getting now. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet, ladies and gentlemen. It gets turned up later. We turn up the chaos towards later in the game. But anyway, see, like we were to put one right there. See, now it started eating the walnut. Eventually he would eat the walnut away, but now the pea shooters, we're getting 3 pea shooters on this cat. It's all over. Like there's no way. Maybe like I was saying, there's something about something I was gonna say. It had to do with Plants vs. Zombies. I don't remember. That was good. Now, the shovel, ladies and gentlemen, to dig up the plants. Now, me personally, I wouldn't want to dig up these plants. Greetings, neighbor. The name's Crazy Dave, but you can just call me Crazy Dave. Listen, I got a prize for you. First, you need to turn it on. Everybody loves Crazy. Put in the comments how much you love Crazy Dave. Position your cursor. Yeah. Even though, me personally, I wouldn't dig up those plants if they were there in the beginning. Because he wants us to. We have to. Okay, goody. Now for prize. Bowling! Oh my god. Dude, that's what Derek texts me about right now. He wanted me to go bowling. He wanted to know what time. Whenever you're available, I will be I spelled available with an X. Available with at about 8. Because, dude, tonight's Friday. I remember what I was going to tell you. Now go bowl me. I'm gonna bowl you freaking. You're gonna get strikes. We're getting strikes. That's all we're getting is strikes. God, there's so much hitting me right now. I finished Monkey Island, but you know how I do a certain amount of videos every day, ladies and gentlemen. I finished with a video left. To do. So, and of course all that crap happened with Plants vs. Zombies. I couldn't exactly do what I couldn't do an episode. So I actually owe you an episode today, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to do 5 episodes of Plants vs. Zombies. Hopefully I have enough time. We start playing cards at 5 o'clock. And which is fine. I mean, it's plenty of time to do it, but I probably won't have time to make the videos. So that's 2 hours right there, and that's gonna be 4. Yeah, dude. So this is, I'm sorry to talk about my life. This is Plants vs. Zombies, and this is bowling. Now, bowling, ladies and gentlemen, it's easy at first, but it starts to get crazy later. What you do is you can't put them out here. They won't allow you. You got to put it behind the line. And what you want to do is later, after Dave opens up his shop, Crazy Dave opens up his shop, you end up, you get money. You start getting money for killing certain zombies or comboing certain zombies, doing this, doing that, and the other. But, what happens is, if you were, see, like right then, how I hit that zombie and then it comboed into another zombie, I would have gotten money for that. And in order to buy certain items at the shop, well, obviously buy any items at the shop, you would need to, you need money. And some of those, like for the endless levels, ladies and gentlemen, on the puzzles, so it's very important. Now, these red ones explode. They're the equivalent of a cherry walnut. They're a cherry nut. It's playing on some words here. But anyway. Or a wallberry. I kind of like wallberry a little bit better. Anyway, coneheads take 2 hits, regular zombies take 1, and bucketheads, which really suck, take 3 walnuts. Pretty sure it's 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. Just gonna blow these guys up. You want to save as many walnuts as you can, especially on the explosives, because the later walnut levels, they will get out of hand. There's no doubt about it. But I wouldn't consider myself a very good zombie player. I mean, or a Plants vs. Zombies player. If getting all the achievements and lasting for a certain amount of time on the endless makes you a good player, then I guess I'm an alright player. You know, I'll look up some strategies and I play the game. But one thing I do like about this game, and this is the final wave, so you might as well just throw your these out, and it looked just like that, taking out all the zombies. Oh, and then one zombie crept through the bush, and there is where it's at. Those things right there. You gotta love those guys. And they're so cheap, and they're an insta-kill on any zombie. However, they can be eaten if you do not activate or give them enough time to activate. I am so hungry today, ladies. I had some yogurt for lunch. I don't know how you people do it. I'm kidding. Yogurt's not that bad. It's good. I had the strawberry banana. It had a little twang to it, but I'm sure Lisa said she eats yogurt all the time. And all yogurt has a little bit of twang to it. So. Oh, well, I may start getting into yogurt. I eat parfaits when I go to Cracker Barrel, so that's fine too, I guess. Alright, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Spud Mine, or whatever it called. I didn't read it, because I don't like to read. But what it does is, you plant it, and obviously right now it's not active. If a zombie were to walk, if I were to plant it early in the lawn, that's the way I talk. Like, this right here is early in the lawn, this right here is late in the lawn. If I'd have planted it early in the lawn, that zombie would have got to it and eaten it up and nothing would have happened. But now, because I planted it back so far, and I didn't mean to put that there, I was just gonna dig that up, and I'll see what that does. Now that's active, when a zombie steps on it, it is going to explode. Spadoo is what it's going to say. And then you just plant another one just like that. And they only cost 25, which is really good. And what that does is it allows you to start setting artillery for the other parts of your lawn. So, all in all, those Spud Mines, whatever they're called, it's good stuff. And I highly recommend them, using them, especially on the early levels. It's nothing really pressing that happens in the early levels. I don't recommend them for later levels because, no, I mean, you could put a Spud Mine on a flower pot, I guess, later. You know. There's no reason you couldn't, I don't think. I think they work all the same. But anyway, ladies, Spud Mines are all good and all, but my personal favorite plant in this game, it's probably everybody's favorite, is the Doom Shroom. Who does not like the Doom Shroom? I mean, granted, you got to do a little extra something to get it going in the... You gotta put a coffee bean on it in the daytime, but at nighttime, dude, those zombies better watch out. Whenever I unlock the Doom Shroom, it is doom all over this lawn. Okay, now this is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. This right here is a pole vault zombie, and what he does, he can run, and that's not good. Running's not good in this game, at least for zombies, or at least for us, on the sake of the zombie side. But anyway. Biggest problem with those pole vault zombies, they will run at you. And when they run, they will... The first plant they run into, they'll pole vault over. I don't know how to say it, pole vault over. And what that means is he'd be running, and if I didn't plant that walnut there, he would just ran straight up to my pea shooter and jumped over it and then started eating the next pea shooter. Not good. No multi-benny at all. But anyway. But because with the walnut there, he pole vaulted over that, and it slowed him down. He only runs with the pole vault, so it's a good thing. So you gotta think about this. You gotta think a certain moves ahead of these zombies. Now, the cool thing is, later, there's some ridiculous zombies that come out. For instance, the balloon zombies suck. I hate them. I don't like them. I wish they never existed. Because the balloon zombies, if you don't have a certain plant out, they will literally just fly over every single plant, not taking any damage, and eventually you will die by one balloon zombie. So you gotta come prepared for those guys. But the cool thing is, the game gives you the right plant at the right time to counter that. The freeze zombies. Yeah, good job. The freeze shooters, the frozen pea shooters, whatever they're called. The snow peas. Yeah, dude. And we actually sell snow peas at work. I didn't get that joke until right now. There's an actual pea you can buy called a snow pea. That's pretty cool. Now, these things, a lot of people probably overlook them, but I feel like they might be one of the most useful peas ever. They do. I mean, if you had to choose between planting, I mean, they are a little pricey, $175, but still, that's not too bad. There's some things later that cost $600-700 things of sun, and you think, oh my god, or $400 for what, a watermelon cannon or something, or a watermelon, or whatever you call them. But anyway, what they do is they freeze zombies. They don't freeze them completely, but they freeze them enough to cause a lot of slowdown, and it's a continuous shot. It's a pea shooter that shoots snow peas, so it just slows them down that much more. Or it causes damage and it slows them down. It may cause a little bit more damage, I'm not entirely sure, but we're gonna check them out right here. I'm gonna do my best to show off all these plants, but at the same time, if it comes to a point where I've got to use something and not show something off, I'm not gonna show something off. It's probably better to put these in the back rather than in the front, because, and see what I mean? That just slowed that zombie down, probably to less than half of its normal speed. So that's practically the equivalent of putting a walnut in front of him. Kinda. You know what I mean? Kinda a little bit. And we're gonna have enough to get another one right here. Alright, dude, let's just do all this. Is the snow pea episode, I guess. Anyway, we're coming up on time, ladies. Y'all thank everyone for watching. It's my absolute pleasure. And it's gonna be quite a ride. I mean, it's gonna be a slow ride, but we gotta take it easy, right? Slow ride. Alright, now a snow pea zombie, it should be able to take care of a cone zombie. He'll obviously get very far, but he will slow it down to the point where he's going to be able to do enough damage to it to knock off the cone and kill the zombie before it even gets close to him. I imagine he's going to die about right in here somewhere. Imagine. Maybe, maybe not. Right. Just keep putting snow pea. And then once you get another round of pea shooters in front of them, it's just going to be murderous mayhem, because all those zombies are getting hit with snow peas are going to be slowed down, and then you've got your second row of peas on top of them. Snow peas are where it's at. I like snow peas. They're very strategic. They're a very good plant. Okay, now every plant that's placed, or every plant that you have, is not a bad plant. It can be used in some way, but you know. And to think, if we were to put two rows of snow peas, or two snow peas, and then a walnut in front of somebody, I mean, there's no way. And that's going to be your biggest player, or your biggest helping hand later in this game, ladies and gentlemen, is slowing down zombies. Especially when you get on the roof, there is a certain, I've already told, there's a watermelon, not a pole vault, but a catapult, watermelon catapult you get, but then you get this other plant that you can plant on top of that, and it turns it into a freezing watermelon catapult, which is, oh my god, it does splash damage, plus freezes them, plus already does a colossal amount of damage, it being a watermelon catapult. So, I mean, it's just, this game is so well thought out. I love this. I recommend you go get it. But unfortunately, this was the last coppin? What's a coppin? You been coppin? You coppin heat or holding dope, man? Anyway. But this was the last copy at the Dayton store in Tennessee, in Dayton, Tennessee. I picked up the last one. I called Nikki. I was like, hey, I need you to do me a huge favor. I wasn't like, this is what I said. I didn't say like, this is what I said. I said, Nikki, I'm in a predicament and I need you, because I tried to record and it wouldn't let me, and I wanted to, like I said, it's linked to your gamer tag. So the progress you make is linked to your gamer tag. It doesn't matter if you save the game, uninstall it, save over it. It doesn't matter. Where you are in adventure mode is where you have to start or finish. So I had to start from the beginning, so I had to do something crazy. But anyway, Cody, guys, I'm in a predicament. I need to know if you have a copy of this game, and she didn't. She looked up, thought, oh no. And then I thought, okay, would you know anywhere else? And she said Cleveland. She looked it up because thank God GameStop keeps all their database in the same place for all the, I guess, regions. Dayton had one, Cleveland had one, and Athens did not. And Athens and Dayton are the same distance away. And I knew last night, I'd have to do something. See, he already knocked his cone off, and he didn't get 2 steps in. That's that freezing zone, or that snow pea for you. That's what's at. But anyway, we got 4 levels apiece. I think we'll be pretty good. Let's get crazy and put a walnut out. 4 pole vault zombie. But anyway, so Dayton and Athens are about the same distance away from me, so I just went ahead and... It would be nice, ladies and gentlemen, if your yards would carry over to the next day. That would be spectacular. But then again, it wouldn't be... There's a bit of enjoyment you get from building up this lawn and then just watching it just lay waste to all these zombies. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm that kind of guy. I like those games, those iOS games where you got to unload, wait an hour, come back, unload again, and you know, I don't know what you call those games exactly, but I love those games. But I think we're good to go here now. We can just collect some sun. Yo, I'm Sheryl Crow right now, soaking up the sun. I'm gonna soak up the sun. Gonna tell everyone to light or play some zombies. Anyway. But yeah, I went to Dayton, picked this game up, and I'm just glad I was able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, one thing you do need to know about the snow peas, they will only slow down the zombie in the middle. And same goes for all the shooting type plants. They will only hit the zombie in front of them. Like, when a zombie gets their head knocked off, they're obviously dead. Oh, and that's a good one. That's a really good one. They won't shoot past the zombie. They will actually just keep shooting that first zombie. And eventually the peas will go by, but only after the zombies fall. And there's those bucket heads, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we've officially gotten too many plants for our... We only have so many slots up there, but we've got too many plants. So what I'm going to do, sunflowers, obviously. I'm going to go with our panic ones. And we'll go snow peas. And then we're going to do the chompers. Chompers are the cool. They recharge really fast. And they're an insta-kill to just about any zombie. With the exception of, I think, maybe 2. And let's go with the Frozens. Alright, we're going to start the game. But I'm going to have to end the video, ladies and gentlemen. Well, in about a minute. We'll plant some. We'll get this going and then end it. But anyway, the chompers, they're a one-shot kill, and the best way to do them, ladies and gentlemen, is to have a defense in front of them, like a walnut or a tall nut or something. Because what it'll do, it will actually reach a space ahead of it. If I planted it here, it could actually reach right here. So that's good to keep in your back pocket or to remember whenever you decide to plant one. It doesn't have to be spot on the zombie, but the thing is, once it eats a zombie, that's what it does. It's a chomper. Imagine that. It takes a lot of time to actually consume the zombie. And I'll go ahead and show it right now. We're going to have enough. Plant right here. They're immediately available to use. Oh, dude, that scared me. I forgot I planted it there. Had a lot of percussion to that hit. Or to that explosion. Kind of shook inside my my headphones there. Made me a little nervous. The game's trying to kill me. And there you go. Just chomp a zombie. But now it's going to chew on that zombie for a good minute, ladies and gentlemen. So you just want to keep that in mind whenever you're planting stuff out. But they're very good use against bucket heads. They're very good use. I don't think they work against balloon zombies. And they don't work against zombonis. And they don't work against... I think there's one or two they don't work against. Other ones. Alright, so now I'm probably going to use one now because one pea shooter is not going to have enough time to get to that, or to kill that conehead. So anyway, just, you know, play the game, weave in and out of what you can do and what you can't do. I mean, me personally, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't mean to brag here, but this is just how it is. I have a lot of practice with Plants vs. Zombies, both on the iOS, because the iOS is the same as the the Xbox version. And I beat it. Then I got it for Xbox when it was free, loved it, played it, got all the achievements, played the heck out of it, all the puzzle modes and all the different types of these puzzle and survival. Okay, well, here's the bucket heads, ladies and gentlemen. They are a serious problem. Now, probably one thing you could do is slow them down, but they're still going to get pretty dang far into the level, so bear that in mind. So I'm going to throw one here. They take triple a normal zombie. I'm pretty sure it's triple. Conehead takes double. Buckethead may take double that. We'll count it out one of these days. How many hits it actually takes for one of these. So what I'm gonna do a row of snow peas, ladies and gentlemen. That way to give those chompers. We're probably gonna have a row of chompers. And what you can do, you can put one chomper in front of another chomper, and when that chomper in the front has eaten, the chomper in the back will reach over and eat that zombie. So it's really chompers. I wouldn't say they break the game, not exactly, but they definitely make it a lot easier. Chompers are where it's at in this game. Alright, let's go ahead and get a snow pea here. I'll put in, we're going to try to put a roll. I mean, at 150, it is a little expensive, but they are one shot. Between the chompers and the kelp, I think it's called kelp or seaweed or something, those are my probably two favorite plants. I do like, well, I don't know. All the plants are my favorite. I love all of them. I would hang out with any of these plants. I would grow any of these plants if they were real. I thought about growing some Venus flytraps in real life, ladies and gentlemen. I think I told you about that. Back in the day, I thought about it. Anyway, one thing I do need to explain before we go. These lawnmowers back here, these are your last ditch effort to stop plants. Or stop zombies from killing you. If zombies get through your line of defense on one row, that lawnmower will activate and it will kill the entire row for free. But after you use it, it's gone forever. So you got to keep that in mind. Anyway, we're doing some pretty sick damage to that bucket head, but I think it might be too. I'm going to go ahead and plant something here. Cherry bombs. Here's some cherry bombs. Suck it! Ah, repeaters. All right. Well, we get to play with those. We're going to play with those in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. I thank everyone for watching. It's been my absolute pleasure. We're going to continue this game, continue to the next level. Like I said, I've got 5 episodes to do. We're going to burn through it pretty quick. Yeah, this game, it's not going to last a very long time. Well, yeah, if I do everything, it's probably going to last about 20 or 25 videos. Probably maybe 30. Just, my advice to you is always start with your sunflowers and then do your panic plants and then some one-shots, some repeaters and regular peters and pea shooters, Sam. Just pea shooters. And I guess walnuts. Why not, right? Show off some stuff. But we're going to do this in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Keep doing you. We're going to plant in the next episode. Keep it real and peace.